Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Fall in Love with a Princess Diva in Backrooms Part 7, Chapter 27e. Quest for Escaping, Part 5. Ingvild's quest. Previously we saw Naumi start with his quests, which were mostly game related, but one of those quests ticked him off. It was a math equation, which pissed him off. He needed to find a way to finish them before it is too late. He started with the Promised Land one first, where he had to buy a very berry milk there. He headed there by playing American Truck Simulator, where he bought the milk from a partypooper vendor, which surprised him given that they are known to be extinct. After that he teleported back and finished the gaming quests, where he first played Simpson bowling for less than an hour, earning him the second quest completion, which was good. After that he went and purchased 5 bottles of almond water, which he immediately consumed, completing his almond water quest halfway. After that he decided to do the Cuphead quest, where he had to beat Chef Saltbaker and the devil. He took on the devil first, and after studying his attack pattern, he managed to beat him successfully. He then decided to take on Chef Saltbaker, which was much harder than dealing with the devil, no pun intended. After studying his attack patterns, he managed to defeat him as well, with him being treated to a good ending cutscene. He managed to complete his third quest successfully. He then decided to do the dreaded integration problem he had received in the form of a math equation. He asked Heinz for his help, which he did help him. Naumi somehow was able to solve the equation by using integration by parts, using integration and basic trigonometrical formulas, after which he was able to complete the equation. Heinz also informed him to write the answer next to the quest, which checked the answer, resulting in it being correct, thus completing his fourth quest. After that he had the remaining bottles of almond water, which completed his fifth quest. Now only one quest remained, and that was the Game Master quest. He needed to go to level 389 in order to find her and beat her at the game he will choose, or catch her cheating at the said game. He then goes through a checkered door, meaning that she was present there. He entered it and saw a puppet lying on the floor, which immediately sprung to life. This was the Game Master, and Naumi challenged her to a game of chess. He then started playing, but one mishap turned his pieces against them. He managed to apologize, and this regained the pieces' faith in him. He then took out the Game Master's queen. He then noticed another queen on the board, which was impossible since pawns can only become queens, and 2 of them were down, and the remaining 6 were on the board. He called her out, and when he found her lying, he caught her cheating. This made the Game Master forfeit, resulting in Naumi's victory. After that she led him to the door, which was the way out of this level. He was back in level 3999, and all of his quests were done. He then went back, and his quests were done. He managed to meet up with the others who were waiting for Summer, as she was the only one remaining with her quests, while Naumi explained his to the group. Level 3999, 12:30 am. Ingvild looked at her quests. They seemed to be sort of interesting, however one of them caught the eye, and it caused her to blush intensively. Quests. 1. Finish the Sans week on hard difficulty in Friday Night Funkin'. Indie Cross, no misses, both pacifist and genocide must be completed. 2. Find the Game Master and defeat her in a game of snakes and ladders. You can find a checkered door that will lead to her level. 3. Defeat 20 smilers, using only water abilities. 4. Play Phasmophobia for 1 hour. 5. Defeat 60 partygoers. 6. Hold hands with your lover or boyfriend or husband for at least 10 minutes. Note: do not leave this level without completing these quests. When your quests are complete, they will automatically have a tick mark next to them. Leaving this level without doing tasks may lead to an unintended consequence. Once you are done or trapped in an inescapable level, feel free to use the button to come back here. And whatever you do not cheat. Ingvild. Ingvild blushed on the last quest. Her holding hands with Issei was only during the date, but for 10 minutes straight, she knew that it was too much even for her, but she tried her best. She wanted to be by Issei's side till the very end, so she will do it for his sake. Ingvild. No, I think it is best that I do the gaming quests first. Ingvild then proceeds to the Phasmophobia arcade machine. She was already spooked by the design itself. She then began playing. All she had to do was play the game for an hour. It is not going to be that hard, right? 15 minutes later, Ingvild was waving her hands in fear because she had gotten jump scared. She nearly fell down, but regained her balance and stepped up. Play Phasmophobia. 15/60 minutes. Ingvild. That felt like forever, but I won't give up. Ingvild continued playing despite getting jump scared. She never gave up. She will never give up, not for herself, not for anyone else. She will stay by her lovers and her friend's side no matter the cost. She was determined, although her face told her otherwise. She wanted to just run and give up, but when the others risked their life for her, she will never do that. She continued playing despite the hardships. Play Phasmophobia. 60/60 minutes. Quest complete. Ingvild. Thank goodness. Ingvild took a breather, she was never playing a horror game ever again, at least there should be someone by her side. She then decided to begin with her second quest, the Indie Cross one. While she was unaware of these modern video games, they surely interested her, at the very least the ones that are the peaceful ones interested her. She headed to the Indie Cross cabinet where she saw an arcade cabinet which had the label Friday Night Funkin'. Indie Cross written on it, it had a cup character on it, which seemed to be from the same era where Tom and Jerry were made, a skeleton-like character on the left side opposite to the cup character, and finally a Mickey Mouse sort of character that seemed to be smiling wickedly. He did not have any eyes and was surprisingly huge. She assumed Sans to be one of the 3 characters present. She booted up the game and saw Sans weak written on it, given that the other 2 bosses being Cuphead and the Ink Demon were already written. She began the fight where she was treated to the opening cutscene, which was based on the aftermath of the Cuphead week. After dealing with the cutscene where boyfriend fell and Sans waited for him to wake up, it showed Sans talking casually to the player character. They begin the song, which was named Whoopee. She was also informed about the dodge mechanic. Ingvild understood the mechanics, blue means stay, yellow meant dodge. She understood when she was defeated once by them, the blue notes mean to miss, and yellow must be hit, as she was hitting all notes anyway. The first song was easy. After which she was treated to another cutscene of a child holding a knife. They tried to break through it but were unable. Sans even mocked them and told the player to continue. They then had a conversation, and the second song began sensational. But before that she was given the attack option where she could control the player character to attack Sans. She figured this would be important but did not bother. It was definitely harder than Whoopee, but despite the odds, she was able to get a full clear in that as well, aside from the fact that Sans seemed to be quite chill in nature, but he gave her a warning that if she did attack him, things would not go well for her. Now onto the final song, she noticed another cutscene where the human tried to control her player character, however this failed, and they went for Sans surprising her. However Sans dodged and killed the kid without mercy. Sans then said, "Shall we end this?" This song being final stretch began, she was able to somehow barely keep up with Sans, given that the notes became much faster and more in quantity, she still got a full clear despite the odds. That meant she had done with her quest, and the week ended with a cutscene stating that they should meet again in the future. However when Ingvild saw her sheet she was surprised. Indie Cross Sans week completion. 3/4 songs. Ingvild. Where is the 4th song? Am I missing something? I need to ask someone then. Lucky for her, a wanderer was passing by. He wore a white shirt and a blue-in shirt with cross marks on them and a casual pants. He had spiky hair and seemed to be in a cool mode. Ingvild. Ah no, my quest seemed to be not complete, can you help me? The wanderer. I think I can, lady. You will need to strike Sans in his second song sensational at least thrice for the hidden song to play, but let me tell you it is the hardest song so far, unless you consider the nightmare song, but that's a story for another day anyways. All the best, lady. Ingvild, thank you sir. The wanderer nodded. After that she moved to the game to begin. When she saw the wanderer, his clothes were removed for some reason. She blushed and responded, Ingvild. Sir. The wanderer. What's the matter? Ingvild stuttered and responded, Ingvild. Why your sea clothes? The wanderer looked in shock and responded, the wanderer. When did that happen? Ingvild decided to not get into it and continue with her finding the 4th song. It was easy, although sensational this time was different, with her being treated to a screen where she seemed to need to dodge some blasters that shot lasers at her player character. The third cutscene played with a slight change. The human was able to control her player character and attack Sans, which made him go on the offensive. This time she had different song played, called Burning in Hell, which also allowed her to regenerate the health bar when she attacks Sans. 7 attempts later, the wanderer was right. This was definitely the hardest she faced so far. She needed to be careful. If she played successfully, she could defeat Sans, and which she did while also having no misses the entire time. She was finally able to defeat Sans. Ingvild was treated to a cutscene with the only survivor of the duel being her player character, as both Sans and the human were killed. Indie Cross Sans week completion. 4/4 songs. Quest complete. Ingvild then decided to do her next quest, and that was to meet the game master at level 389. She needed to find a checkered door which would lead to her, but before that she knew it would be wise to visit Heinz to see what he could do to help the group. Scene change. Time skip brought to you by Issei and Ingvild having their kiss with the orc spying on them in anger, but mostly jealousy. Heinz. So the quest wants you to play snakes and ladders. Just remember 2 things, your piece is linked to you, so the snakes can hurt you, and the dice seems to be made up of a rock, but that should not be a problem for you aside from that the rules are the same as regular snakes and ladders. Ingvild. I see, so I need to be first and reach the top. Heinz nodded and responded, Heinz. Buy almond or neon water, in case the snakes do bite you. Aside from that the game master is known to cheat in her games, she will do anything to win, just stay safe alright. Ingvild nodded. She needed to be careful. She learned her lesson back in level 9, where she had a run-in with the neighborhood watch. She then headed to the checkered door, which was where the entrance to level 389 was. Level 389, 3:30 p.m. Ingvild entered the room, where she saw that the floor was checkered, like she had seen in some hotel rooms. In her experience and back in the real world, inside of her mansion, she needed to be careful since the game master is known to control this level. She looked around to see several computers which had the Call of Duty running, but that was not concerned. She also noticed there was an operation game board on another desk, but instead of fake organs, these seemed to be real. She then reached a stage where she saw a puppet lying motionless on the floor. But all of a sudden, she noticed smoke coming out of the stage. The puppet then suddenly jolted up and came back to life. Ingvild recognized her to be the game master, the entity that controlled this level. She seemed to be wearing a jester hat, half yellow beige and half blue, with a matching dress fit with red buttons. Her face resembles a doll, with X-shaped eyes stitched in. The game master spoke in a childish and a squeaky voice. The game master. Welcome to my home, young lady. Ingvild. I presume you are the game master. The game master. Indeed, young lady, so what game you want to play? Call of Duty, Monopoly. Ingvild. I would like a game of snake and ladders please. The game master seemed saddened, but she nevertheless accepted. She responded. The game master. Oh man, I wanted a good game. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. The game master then led Ingvild to a massive board that had 100 marks on it, with 2 pieces at the start mark. She then responded. The game master. Now you know the rules at this point. You can start once you get 6 in the dice, after that reach the top, and you should be golden. I think you know that you need to be first, right? Ingvild. Yup. The game master. Great, then let us begin. The game master then rolled the dice, which was a huge rock with the numbers 1 to 6 written on all sides. She luckily was able to get 6 on her first roll, allowing her to roll again, which she did in 3. Ingvild was unable to do so, and this continued for her next 3 rolls, as she then managed to get her first 6 when she was in her 4th roll. After that she managed to roll a 4, making her reach the number 14. As for the game master, she had already reached 26, thanks to her being 3 rolls ahead of Ingvild. The game master then did her 4th roll, and she was able to reach 28, which made her reach to a direct number of 76. The game master. Now all I need to do is reach 80, and the victory will be mine. Ingvild on the other hand was panicked. She had reached so high so fast, she needed a way to reach up soon, or she will lose. She made her next roll, and this let her reach 15 as she rolled a 1. The game master did her turn, and she was able to make a roll of 5. Unfortunately, she tried to cheat, but Ingvild kept a close eye, preventing her from doing so. She reached the number 81. Ingvild made her next turn. She rolled a 6 reaching 21, which led her straight to 42. Much to her happiness, she then had another roll, but she cannot let her guard down. She then rolled a 2 making her reach 44. The game master did the same and rolled the dice, reaching 83, as the number was also a 2. Ingvild began her next turn as she rolled the dice. However, as luck played out, she rolled a 4, making her get bit by a snake, falling all the way to 26. Ingvild felt the pain, and she consumed the neon water, preventing her from getting poisoned by the snake. The game master. So you are prepared, eh? Not bad, that's what I expect from a competitor. The game master rolled next. She rolled a 3 making her reach 86, after which Ingvild played her next turn. She rolled a 2 by luck, and much to her happiness, she reached all the way up to 76. The game master rolled again, and she rolled 2, much to her shock and horror. The game master. No, it can't be impossibly. The snake bit the marionette as she fell all the way to 24. Ingvild offered her a bottle of almond water, which the game master thanked her for. The game master. Thanks, young lady, but don't expect me to go easy on you. Ingvild nodded and rolled her dice. She rolled a 5 making her reach 99. The game master had to catch up. She did not feel like cheating after Ingvild gave her the almond water. She then decided to lose normally and roll the dice, rolling a 4, making her reach 28, which led her to 76. Ingvild then rolled a 1, which allowed her to move to the 100, making her the victor of the game, much to her happiness. Ingvild cheered for this. Ingvild. I did it, yeah I. Defeat the game master or catch her cheating. 1-1, defeated. Quest complete. The game master then spoke. The game master. Congratulations, young lady, you have won fair and square, and I am honored to lose in front of you. Not only do you have compassion and a helpful nature in yourself, but you have honor as well. I am honored to play against you. The game master lent her hand to Ingvild. She was skeptical, which the game master responded. The game master. Don't worry, I won't bite. Ingvild shook her hand, which she was happy to do so. The game master then led her to the door, which was the way out, but before going, she spoke. The game master. I do hope we meet again, young lady. Ingvild. Yeah, I would love to meet you, goodbye. The game master waved her hand back to Ingvild, which she did in return. After that she opened the door and left level 389. Scene change. Level 3999, 5:30 p.m. Ingvild looked at her quest sheet. She saw 3 tick marks that were not there before, which meant 3 of her quests were completed. 1. Finish the Sans week on hard difficulty in Friday Night Funkin'. Indie Cross, no misses, both pacifist and genocide must be completed. 2. Find the game master and defeat her in a game of snakes and ladders, you can find a checkered door that will lead to her level. 4. Play Phasmophobia for 1 hour. Ingvild knew that the kill quests and the hand-holding quests remained, she blushed when she remembered them, although Issei would not hesitate to do so. She smiled remembering how meeting him changed her life for good, but now she had to focus on finding those smilers, she found them really annoying to deal with, in addition she had to avoid running into a rattler, a screamer or laughter. She remembered about a wanderer talking about a level called level 3999.2. She looked for a rusted broken down arcade machine, after which she no-clipped into it, thanks to her training. Level 3999.2. 5:45 p.m. She was sent to levels similar to level 3999, but slightly different, it almost seemed to be less advanced than the previous one, now she needed to find those smilers and not try to damage an arcade machine. It was easy to find them since they were in the dark, she made a noise and they charged at her, which she used to kill them by drowning them with ease. Smilers slain. 5/20. She then hid since the other entities might have noticed her, after they go back, she decided to find more of these smilers, 10 of them were hidden behind the cabinet, she used the water dragon barrage to end their lives, increasing her count to 15. Smilers slain. 15/20. Now only 5 more smilers remain, and all she had to do was lure them with some sound, which seemed to be much easy, those smilers charged her like fools, and she drowned them easily killing several of them easily, they were drowned, however this attracted the other entities as well, who tried to attack her, but they were kept at bay with a barrier attack from her. Smilers slain. 20/20. Quest complete. They tried to charge in, however Ingvild used the button to teleport herself out of there. Scene change. Level 3999, 6:45 p.m. Ingvild decided to slay those partygoers next, when she saw Issei sleeping on the floor, she then asked in panic. Ingvild. Guys, what happened to Ice? Both Drag and Bell responded. Drag. Nothing much Ingvild, he is exhausted. Ingvild. What happened? Bell then explained. Bell. It is kind of my fault, I thought him a new move, not knowing the consequences, it took a lot out of him after using it. Drag. In addition to using that move and his balance breaker, he had to slay 100 partygoers and 125 skin stealers back to back, hence he is exhausted. Ingvild. Not surprising, that is my ice for you, I will also finish my quests and meet up with you guys, just know that I love you, no matter who you are and what you are. Ingvild kissed him on the lips, it was a small one on the lip, as she did not want to disturb him, she saw him smile and mutter something. Issei. Don't go Ingvild please. Ingvild almost wanted to stay by his side, but knew that she still had 2 quests remaining, she responded. Ingvild. Only for some time, my dear, I will come back soon, sleep tight my dragon. Ingvild smiled and told Drag and Bell to look after him which they agreed, she then headed to a level where she needed to find a way to find those partygoers and kill them. She saw a door with equals on its head, this was at the edge of level 3999-3, so she entered there. Level fun, 7:15 p.m. The floor was completely drenched and several of the partygoers could be seen on the floor, some were drowned, others were unlucky to be crushed. Ingvild walked past them as she remembered how they were known to be, she remembered how 30 of them ambushed her in trying to get her to join the party, she had no choice but to defend herself as they never learn. Flashback. Ingvild was walking across the level fun, she was intrigued but had to stay on guard, given that they are known to be dangerous, she was then ambushed by 45 of them at once, one of them spoke. Partygoer. What a lovely lass, she would make a fine partygoer equals. Ingvild. Stay away from me. Ingvild's voice intimidated the partygoers, however they still charged at her, Ingvild then yelled one thing before the next thing that happened after that was a flood. Sea Serpent of the End. The attack was not only strong enough to push them back, but also several of them were easily killed by drowning alone, some more were crushed by the sheer pressure of the water, as some ended up on a table smashing its head. One was unlucky enough to get its head jet streamed through a knife, making the knife go through his head, killing him instantly. Ingvild then looked around to see what happened, only to see the sight, she breathed a sigh of relief that she managed to survive. Flashback end. Ingvild looked at her quests and saw that she had slain all 45 of them with ease. Partygoers slain. 45/60. Ingvild. Now only 15 remain, let's get out of here as soon as possible, now where are those 15? True to her wish 20 more of them joined the scene horrified by what they saw, they wanted to kill her now for hurting their brothers, they attacked her out of spite. Partygoer. D. Water dragon barrage. That's all they could hear as several water dragons came out and attacked the partygoers, killing all 20 of them with ease, they were either maimed by the dragons or drowned by them. Partygoers slain. 60/60. Quest complete. Ingvild then used the button and teleport out of the god-forsaken level for good. Scene change. Level 3999, 9:15 p.m. Ingvild looked to see that she was back, now only one quest remained, and she needed to look for Issei in order to finish them. She knew that he should be done, and true to her beliefs she saw him along with John and Ruby, even they had completed their quests, which meant that she was the fourth one to do so, if she completed her last quest. Ingvild. Ice. Issei looked at her and smiled. Issei. Oh hey Ingvild, did you do the quests? Ingvild. I have only one remaining and I need your help for it. Issei. Anything for my princess, so what is thy command? Ingvild. I want you to hold hands with me, my love. Ingvild said the last part softly so that only Issei could hear it. He smiled and grabbed her hand and pulled the princess towards him, which made her blush atomically. This was however unnoticed by John, Ruby and Heinz, who decided to not interrupt them. Heinz then spoke. Ruby and John also decided to roam around for a while, having their own personal moment for a while. As for Heinz, he spoke. Heinz. I suddenly have to use the bathroom. Heinz moved himself out of so that he could let the couple have their moment. They held their hands and stayed by each other's side for a while until Ingvild looked at her sheet. Hold hands. 10 tense minutes. Quest complete. Ingvild then noticed that all her quests had a tick mark with a new message showing her congratulations for her effort. Quests. 1. Finish the Sans week on hard difficulty in Friday Night Funkin'. Indie Cross, no misses, both pacifist and genocide must be completed. 2. Find the game master and defeat her in a game of snakes and ladders. You can find a checkered door that will lead to her level. 3. Defeat 20 smilers, using only water abilities. 4. Play Phasmophobia for 1 hour. 5. Defeat 60 partygoers. 6. Hold hands with your lover or boyfriend or husband for at least 10 minutes. Congratulations Wanderer for finishing your tasks. You can now successfully leave the glass doors and go back to your own dimension if you so desire to. You have done it. Be proud of yourself. Ingvild. Thank you so much, Ice. Issei brought her closer before she could continue. She blushed but was happy to continue. Issei then spoke. Issei. Heh, no need to thank me Ingvild, you are my girlfriend and I will do anything for you and will do anything to protect you, no matter what happens, even if my enemy were to be a god. Ingvild smiled and started crying. She will never leave this man's side no matter what happens. She will go to the ends of earth just to be with him. Issei consoled her. He will always be by her side, just like she would. He then noticed John and Ruby looking at them with a smug grin and a smile on their faces. Issei and Ingvild on seeing this split up and blush. Ingvild wipes her tears. John then speaks. John. Oh no, you two carry on. We will just buy some food and join you, right Ruby? Ruby. Why yeah, enjoy you too. John and Ruby move to the cafe counter where they purchase their stuff. Heinz also joins after his work and sits beside the group. Issei and Ingvild smile at each other. They will be home soon. Now all they need to do is wait for Naumi and Summer to finish their quests. Scene break. Chapter 27F. Quest for Escaping, Part 6. Summer's quest. Level 3999, 12:30 p.m. Summer looked at her quests. It seemed to be mostly kill quests, with the addition of some other miscellaneous quests sprinkled on the way. There was only one game quest and one food quest among the miscellaneous quests. Quests. 1. Kill 3 Tidnabos in level 2011. You can get there by playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive for 2 hours. 2. Kill 60 HOUNDS 3. Kill 10 death ostriches, found in many locations, especially dark locations. 4. Consume 10 bottles of almond water and 5 bottles of neon water. 5. Play Minecraft for at least 45 minutes and slay 10 zombies and 10 skeletons 6. Kill 5 death whales. You can encounter them by no clipping into a puddle of water in this level. Note. Do not leave this level without completing these quests. When your quests are complete, they will automatically have a tick mark next to them. Leaving this level without doing tasks may lead to an unintended consequence. Once you are done or trapped in an inescapable level, feel free to use the button to come back here. And whatever you do not cheat. Summer. These quests they are made for me, well let's get started. Summer looked at the quests. Given her experience of the dimension, she knew where and how to find these entities. She would have left a long time ago, but since MEG saved her life, she was indebted to them. She would have still been working for them had not Ruby and her friends showed up to her. Initially she was surprised and shocked that her daughter managed to fall here, but when she came to know what had happened, she knew that she must set things right or else Yang would become from bad to worse. Ever since Raven abandoned her, Summer was the only one that loved her, and Yang was becoming just like her mother. She missed Crow and her friends. Nicholas Ark was one of them. Keyword was, ever since she heard what he and his wife had done to John, she was in shock and disbelief. This was not the man that was once her friend, someone who could hurt his own son, just because of some papers. She just hoped that he would be a better person, cause if he is not, then John will not show any mercy towards that man, and she would not hold it against John. Given that Nicholas is one of the reason John is even here, she was happy that John was looking and caring for Ruby, and could not ask for a better future son-in-law than him. She knew that even Tai would like him, although Yang, this might result in a fight. Summer. Alright, let us start with the Minecraft one, since the machine was nearby itself. Summer headed to the machine and it had the title screen on it. It was version 1.8.1 and the title screen was relatively simple. Aside from the moving background, she had heard that it was a classic and a legendary game among many people. She wanted to play the game, but she was always busy with either working on her projects with Jax or saving other people in different levels. She started the game which loaded her world. She did not have anything, so the best option was to create a crafting table first. After that she looked for more wood to create wooden items, especially a wooden sword and a wooden pickaxe. She decided to go mining. Despite the risks, she mined some stone and iron ore, since she would need iron tools and armor later down the line. Summer. I have got the ore, now all that remains is creating them. I hope this is enough. Summer had 10 iron ingots. She was able to get an iron sword and an iron pickaxe. She needed to wait for nighttime for the mobs, Akka, zombies and skeletons to spawn. She still had time, so she decided to look for food. She killed several cows and pigs, gaining raw pork chop, raw beef and leather. She slayed more of them, getting more stuff from them. All in all she had 20 leather, 25 raw beef and 10 raw pork chop. She then made some leather armor and equipped them as she continued her mining trip where she got more iron and made an iron chest plate which she equipped. She mined for more stuff until she was hit by an arrow. The attacker was a skeleton who used the cave to avoid getting burned. It was next to another monster known as a zombie. Summer was easily able to maneuver them, killing the two with ease. Given her experience, she was able to adapt into the game relatively fast. Skeleton killed. 1/10. Zombies killed. 1/10. Time played. 15:45 minutes. She continued mining for the ore and she used the furnace she had picked up and used the wood as a burning alternate. She was unable to find coal ore, so she had to settle in for the high amount of wood she had collected. It worked and she got more iron ingots, with which she created iron boots and iron helmet. She was happy things were going quite well. She then went out of the cave and noticed that the world was nighttime. Before that she had eaten a cooked pork chop via the furnace, restoring her health. She then saw multiple skeletons that had surrounded her. With clever maneuvering she managed to slay 4 of them with ease. Despite getting hit with 2 arrows, the armor absorbed most of the damage. She then saw 2 remaining as they ran to get some distance. She killed the duo with ease as well, increasing her kill count to 6, total 7. Skeletons killed. 7/10. Time played. 25:45 minutes. She then looked to see 3 zombies approaching her, including one zombie villager next to them. It looked like a regular villager, but with a slight difference. It was a zombie just like the others. Summer. I wonder whether a zombie villager counts. Time to find out. Killing zombies and zombie villagers were easier than killing a skeleton since they used melee attacks. She killed them all with ease. Her kill count increased from 1 to 5. Zombies killed. 5/10. Time played. 30:45 minutes. The night time was still on, she could still kill more of them. She looked out for them, where she saw a village with zombies knocking on the villager's door. She noticed that iron golems were missing as well, otherwise they would have killed those zombies with ease. Summer used her player character to rush and kill all the zombies that were plaguing the door of the villagers, completing the first part of her quest. Zombies killed. 10/10. Time played. 35:45 minutes. She then heard an arrow fly by, seeing 3 skeletons attacking her, using the same maneuvering with ease. She noticed one of them was a spider jockey, as they are much more problematic than the others, given their speed and the fact that spiders become hostile in nighttime. She killed the 2 skeletons, increasing her count to 9. After which she dealt with the spider jockey who's still attacking with a barrage of arrows. She managed to kill the skeleton, after which she dealt with the hostile spider, which was much easier to kill. She managed to complete the skeleton killing part as well. She then noticed skeletons killed. 10/10. Time played. 45:45. Quest complete. After that she saved and quit the game and decided to go for her next quest, and that was slaying hounds. She knew exactly where to find them. It was a level called 2011, nicknamed the Phobia rooms. If luck plays out she can take down 3 quests at once, but if she cannot, 2 quests should do enough for her. She made sure to have some almond water before she jumped right into going there. She had also packed some almond water, as well as neon water, in case she needed it to maintain her sanity. Almond water consumed. 2/10. She decided to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which was a game that meant she needed to kill her enemies to win. She did so for 2 hours straight, after which she was teleported to the Phobia rooms. Akka level 2011. Scene change. Level 2011, 3:30 PM. Summer was immediately under the water. She seemed to be in a giant fish tank. This part of the level was where she needed to swim up. It was called submechanophobia, which meant a fear of partially or fully submerged man-made objects, such as cars, includes many possible subtypes, and is related to a variety of basic fears surrounding bodies of water. She ignored the rusted ship as this would merge with her body becoming one with the ship. She swam up to seeing that she was out of the first phobia, which meant that she was in the next phobia, and that was ophidiophobia, which meant the fear of snakes. She knew that this is where she would complete the quest that involved killing titanobos. She looked at the snakes as they were curling on the trees, and the area seemed to be a swamp where she had to kill these snakes. Summer used her scythe and used some hard light dust to kill her first snake. The snake was instantly killed with ease. Titanobos slain. 1/3. Summer then noticed the other 2 snakes charging at her. She then charged her scythe and threw it in a circular manner similar to a weapon throw. She had been practicing it since a long time. The move was called scythe throw, as the scythe twirled and sliced the heads off the snake with ease. The 2 boas fell next to Summer, dead next to her legs, their heads off the away from their bodies. She had completed her second quest as well. Titanobos slain. 3/3. Quest complete. She then saw a bright light where she had to go if she needed to slay those hounds. She knew the temperatures there was -112 degrees Celsius. She had thermals worn inside of her clothes, but knew that she would have to rely on her aura if she needed to survive. She drank 2 bottles of neon water if she needed to survive. Neon bottles consumed. 2/5 bottles. She entered the bright light that took her to the next level. She entered the level, prepared for the next stage. This was called hemophobia, meaning the irrational fear of blood. Despite entering the level prepared, she was still chilling in the cold, making her wonder if she was not prepared. She shivered due to the cold, but had to continue since she had to slay 60 hounds if she needed to meet the people to care for. She used fire dust in her clothes to keep her warm, since fire dust could be integrated into her clothes. She still shivered for a while before the dust kicked in, keeping her warm much to her relief. This was a modified version of fire dust that was meant for warmth. MEG had created this to traverse levels that cannot be done or are too cold to traverse. There was a variant of ice dust similar to fire dust, but it did the opposite, which cooled the user instead of warming them. Meant for too hot climates. She saw that this part was infested with entities aside from being unsafe and unsecure. She noticed 10 hounds growling at her, which she knew that she could kill with ease, and she did. She then dodged an attack from a wretch and sliced its head off. She took pity as the wretch was once a human who had lost its sanity. Hound slain. 10/60. She continued moving past them and the speeds faster they could detect using her semblance, which was similar to her own daughter Ruby's semblance, the only difference being she could use the petals in an offensive manner, making them into razor-sharp objects capable of cutting through metal. She sliced through the hounds, chopping their heads off with relative ease. This increased her count from 10 to 45. Hounds slain. 45/60. Summer needed to find the remaining 15 of those hounds, which was not a problem since they were quite aggressive here. She once again used her semblance and killed the remaining 15 hounds, completing her third quest as well. Hound slain. 60/60. Quest complete. Summer smiled. She now needed to get to the next phobia, and to do that she needed to find a hole in the ground. She had found one, but that was directly next to Clumpster, which was a mutated version of a clump, has developed fur, an actual system instead of just compacted limbs, darker skin, sharper claws, extra fingers, and a round mouth. They are also known to be much more clever than their original selves. Summer poured some neon water on her side and used her semblance to chop off every single limb on the Clumpster's body, and it was killed. She needed to jump into the hole, since they have a hive mind, and more of them may come soon. Summer looked around to see that this was a dark forest unlike the bloody swamp earlier. This was the 4th phobia, which was entomophobia, which meant the fear of insects. She decided to find those death ostriches that were hidden in the forest woods. While avoiding the insects there, she consumed 2 more bottles of almond water, increasing her count from 2 to 4. Almond water bottles consumed. 4/10. She found 3 of them trying to kill the insects present here. She knew that she needed to completely destroy their body if she needed to kill them, which she did. She twirled her scythe in a circular manner and easily killed the 3 by burning their bodies with ease. Death ostriches slain. 3/10. Several others joined her. This is what she wanted. The fire dust must have lured them here. She then twirled her scythe in a circular manner. Summer. Now this is where my fun begins. Summer actually loved a challenge where she would be pushed to her limits. The death ostriches were 7 in number. She then activated her silver eyes, an ability that she had avoided using for a long time, as the light from the eyes illuminated everything. This ability of hers can disintegrate Grim just by looking, and it has worked many times in her favor. The light was enough to daze those death ostriches for a while, as she quickly used her semblance and slayed them all using her scythe with fire dust on it to burn their bodies with ease. All 7 of them sizzled due to the pain from being burned alive. Summer had slain the last of the death ostriches, after which she looked at her quests while holding her head due to the mild headache. Summer. This is why I avoid using this, still hurts my head. Death ostriches slain. 10/10. Quest complete. Summer then used the button to teleport herself out of there. There was no way she was staying in this godforsaken level at any costs, since this stage was a class dead zone in her case. Level 3999, 6:30 p.m. Summer looked at her quest sheet. 4 of her quests had been completed. She decided to sit for a while before starting with the death whale quest, after which she would stop and finish her food quest. She wondered how the others are doing and wanted to help Ruby, but she had to complete hers first. 1. Kill 3 Tidnabos in level 2011. You can get there by playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive for 2 hours. 2. Kill 60 hounds. 3. Kill 10 death ostriches, found in many locations, especially dark locations. 5. Play Minecraft for at least 45 minutes and slay 10 zombies and 10 skeletons. She sat for a while thinking on how she would be killing those 5 death whales. Time skip brought to you by Chibi Summer and Chibi Tai playing Pong with the head of a death ostrich. Summer noticed 30 minutes have just passed. She decided to look for a puddle of water, which meant that she needed to teleport to level 4000, the only level that had these death whales. She decided to look for a puddle of water when a wanderer asked her a question. Wanderer. Miss, what are you doing? The wanderer was a green-haired man with a rough hairstyle. Summer noticed that he was a bit of a nerd. He wore some school clothing, implying he was a student. Summer. Oh me, I am looking for a puddle of water, why do you ask? Wanderer. Just curious, I saw one towards the edge. Summer. Oh thank you young man. However, she was interrupted by a yell. The person who yelled was another wanderer who was a blonde kid with spiky hair. He always had a sort of an angered expression on his face. He wore the same clothes as the green-haired kid. Wanderer. Oi Deku, get your ass here and help me with my quests. Deku. Oh sorry, I will take your leave miss. Deku bowed and left the confused Summer. She then decided to look for the puddle which the wanderer named Deku told her about. She noticed the puddle and no clipped into it. She was then thrown into a pool of water, which meant that she was in level 4000. Scene change. Level 4000, 8 p.m. Summer looked around to see that this was not a pool, but an endless ocean of water. She needed to find those death whales and get out of there as soon as possible. She prepared herself for the level's anomalous effects by drinking almond water, increasing her count from 4 to 6. She then sensed one of them coming at her, since they can surprisingly come at high speeds and can sense their prey at any depths. She then saw them. The attacker was a humpback whales from the real world, but it was anything but peaceful. But thanks to her experience, she knew exactly what she needed to do in order for her to win. She sliced through the heart of the whale and dodged as the pressure of the death whale can be dangerous. She had killed her first death whale. Death whales slain. 1/5. She needed to look for more of them. Every 2 miles she would find these creatures as they hunted her down for food, and that was the first mistake they did. She used her semblance to dodge any of their attacks and kill the second death whale, increasing her count from 1 to 2. Death whales slain. 2/5. Summer. Huff, I need to recover for a while, 3 more still remain, I need to be prepared. She then recovered for a while and started continuing her 5th quest. She used her scythe to slice off the entire body of the death whale, killing the third one in a bloody manner. Death whales slain. 3/5. Now only 2 remain. Summer was starting to lose her stamina. It has been a while since she had been pushed. She swam for 2 more miles until she found her 4th death whale, which was lurking underneath the ocean. She used her semblance once again and used her petals to attack the death whale, piercing the organs including its body. She then called out, "Petal Blizzard." The move was strong enough to torture the 4th death whale and finally kill it and put it out of its misery. These creatures were known to kill any unfortunate wanderer after all. Death whales slain. 4/5. Now only one of the death whale remained, which showed up as soon as she crossed the next 2-mile mark. It lunged at her in an attempt to devour her alive. However, Summer managed to barely dodge the devour attempt. She then used her semblance and her scythe and quickly dashed with whatever strength she had and killed the whale in a flurry of petals. Petal dance. The death whale was cut into 5 bite-sized pieces, killing it, after which she managed to kill the 5 death whales the quest demanded to do so. Death whales slain. 5/5. Quest complete. Summer used the button to teleport back to level 3999. She knew that she could not handle any more death whales. She rummaged through her bag and found the 3 bottles of neon water. She consumed it immediately. Neon water bottles consumed. 5/5. Summer. That restored me, now only almond water remains, let's get this over with. Summer immediately drank the remaining almond water bottles, completing her almond water quest as well. Almond water bottles consumed. 10/10. Quest complete. Summer. Now let me get myself dried, can't go in front of my friends like this, they would worry about me, especially Issei and Ruby. Summer heads to a drying station and immediately dries herself. She then looks at her quest sheet and sees all the quests had a green tick mark along with a new message. Quests. 1. Kill 3 Tidnabos in level 2011. You can get there by playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive for 2 hours. 2. Kill 60 hounds. 3. Kill 10 death ostriches, found in many locations, especially dark locations. 4. Consume 10 bottles of almond water and 5 bottles of neon water. 5. Play Minecraft for at least 45 minutes and slay 10 zombies and 10 skeletons. wins. 6. Kill 5 death whales. You can encounter them by no clipping into a puddle of water in this level. Congratulations Wanderer for finishing your tasks. You can now successfully leave the glass doors and go back to your own dimension if you so desire to. You have done it, be proud of yourself. Summer. I did it, I can finally go home now. Summer decided to go to Cafe Studio 52-1, where she saw that everyone had completed their quests. Rex and Jerry also joined the gang. Ruby then asked, Ruby. Mom, how was your quests? Summer. Hard, but I pulled it off. I can now meet my family once again. John. Well then let's go home but before they could go home, suddenly the glass doors depicting their home changed and a face was revealed. Issei. What the hell just happened? Elle. Stay on guard, it is him alright. Elle said in a bit of fear, she knew exactly who he was. John then spoke. John. That is the redacted watcher. Issei. Him. The same motherfucker that sent me to level. Greg. Yep, it is him alright, be on guard, you do not know how strong he is. The redacted watcher. Hello hi do Issei, we finally meet in person, you have been a pain ever since you have come here, you murdered 2 of my subordinates the Dark Metro and Angela, and I have come to finally kill you for good. Issei spoken in anger. Issei. What do you want freak? The redacted watcher. To see you in suffering, to make sure you suffer, and I will love to torment you, by seeing your friends being tormented and suffering one by one. Issei. I won't let you, you bastard. Welsh Dragon Balance Breaker. Issei entered into his balance breaker state while the others got on guard, however the watcher just threw them away a distance pushing them to the ground. He then captured Ruby and grabbed her with his hands. Ruby. Let go of me, you asshole. John. Let her go. John growled and charged using his mechanical suit, however he was sent flying to another arcade machine, putting him on the ground. The redacted watcher then spoke. The redacted watcher. If you want to see this girl alive, face me in the soul air of level redacted. I will only wait for 24 hours. If you do not show up, she dies. Summer. Let go of my daughter, take me instead. Summer was crying, however the watcher ignored and teleported out of there, leaving a portal next to them. That was when Sonya, along with Roman and Jax showed up. They then saw the Crimson Wanderer join next to them as well. Sonya. Oh no, we are too late. Crimson Wanderer. Not only is he despicable, but also a coward as well. Roman. It's a mess here, damn that bastard. Jax was consoling the weeping Summer while Sonya clenched her fists, seeing Summer suffer like this and him attacking and kidnapping Ruby. John clenched his sword in anger while Naumi helped Ingvild up. Issei smashed the ground with his bare fist. Issei. Damn it. Issei was radiating killer aura, which made everyone go back a distance. They knew Issei is capable of getting angry, but they have never seen him this angry. Drake calmed him down by reminding him of the people around. He then got a call from Azazel, which switched to video. Azazel. Ice, tell John I have contacted what happened here. Issei and John explained everything that had happened. Needless to say Azazel was furious. He wished to come there and give the watcher a trashing for hurting Ruby. He then spoke. Azazel. Issei, listen, only you can beat the watcher. He sees you as a threat for a reason because of your power. He is scared of you. Show him why the Red Dragon Emperor is feared by his enemies. Azazel's voice was loud and clear. He knew that Issei does not forgive anyone that dares hurt or threaten his friends or family. Issei. I will, just inform the others that I might take longer than expected to get home. I will save Ruby no matter the cost. That was when everyone stepped forward. John. I could not agree anymore, I will also come with you. Ingvild. Me too, she is like my first female friend, no way is that bastard hurting her in any way. Naumi. She is like a little sister to me, I won't abandon her. Summer. I lost my daughter once by Salem taking my life, I will not lose her again, he will pay. Crimson Wanderer. Lady Ruby is a noble woman, I will not let her die like this, and besides, I got a score to settle with the watcher. Brax and Jerry nodded in agreement, they will not let their friend master die like this. Azazel nodded and grinned, he was now sure that this team will show why the watcher should not underestimate the wanderers. Azazel. That's more like it, give him hell. Issei. We will, now we have a friend to rescue. Azazel understood and disconnected the call, they then looked at the portal to level redacted. Sonya then spoke. Sonya. Please come alive all of you, especially you Summer, Issei, Hines. Summer. Worry not friend, I will, speaking of which where is Cage and the others? Sonya. He is currently evacuating the people, along with Kenshi and Sub-Zero, they are taking the people back to level 11, since it is safe for now, all people in level 3999 are being taken to safety. Roman. Rescue Red, she reminds me of Neo, I want you to bring her safe and sound. Jax. We are counting on you, stop that watcher at all costs. Hines. I will stay back and guide you guys through the area, since I am not much of a fighter, I can wish you guys all the best, and if you do find Dr. Charles there, save him please. Issei. We will, Jax, Hines we will. Issei and the remaining of his team minus Heinz along with the Crimson Wanderer jump into the portal where they enter level redacted ready to face the Watcher. Scene break. Chapter 28. The Soul Air. Soul Air, level redacted, 11 p.m. Issei and his group were walking across the Soul Air which seemed to be infinite. They only had 23 hours remaining if they needed to rescue Ruby from the redacted Watcher. They looked to see when all of a sudden the surroundings started to change, revealing what seemed to be a combination of a birthday party and playground. The Crimson Wanderer then spoke. Crimson Wanderer. The Soul Air is known to change dimensions. Depending on who is visiting it, be on your guard, you may face some old enemies. Reg. The layout seems to be that of level Fun Plus from level Omega. Be on guard, the partygoers here are much stronger and faster here, and there is a new entity called the Party Master, which is basically a mutated variant of the enhanced partygoers here. Be careful, we might be facing an old enemy. The level tried to induce sanity-draining effects like claustrophobia, extreme anxiety and heart attacks, but everyone minus the entities with them had enhanced neon water that Issei gave them, making them immune to the attacks. The partygoers plus then show up. They look the same as a regular partygoer, however there was no lack of blood in them, surprising everyone. Greg. That's a partygoer plus partner. L. Stay on guard, they are much intelligent and tougher than regular ones. Some say that they even have godlike speed and stamina with them, taking them down might not be easy. Partygoer. Did you recognize us, party pooper? The partygoer said in a growl. Issei took a while, but immediately put two and two together. He stated. Issei. These are the partygoers me and Ruby had killed back in level Fun. Crimson Wanderer. Of course, any entity or wanderer you guys have slain will show up, but remember they will be much stronger and resilient, they will have enhanced stats, so be careful. Issei and the others nodded. John went into his armor, while Naumi activated his wrath shield to defend from their attacks. Ingvild and Summer were on guard as well, since they knew that this would be a tough fight. They were 20 in total, and on top seemed to be a contraption that was made to defend the partyhus that they had killed, who had mutated into a party master. The party master snarled at Issei. He remembered how he mercilessly killed him, and Issei then spoke. Issei. I and John will handle the party master, can you guys take care of the partygoers plus? Summer. Yup, leave it to us, I will not let them stop me from getting my daughter. Issei nodded. He and John looked at the party master, since not only did John wanted to settle the score with the bastard that nearly enslaved him. They split up into groups with Summer, Ingvild, Naumi, Heinz and the Crimson Wanderer, dealing with the partygoers plus, and Issei and John dealing with the party master. But Issei and John glared at the party master underneath his armor. He hated how he was nearly enslaved and turned into one of the partygoers by this entity. He needed to be careful though, since the machine was heavily fortified. One wrong move can spell his doom. He needed to be careful. Issei then spoke. Issei. There needs to be a weak spot in the machine. We can either overload the capacity or destroy the weak spot. John. Understood, now let's take him down. Party master. I would like to see you try. The party master used a machine to smash into the ground, however the duo dodged easily. Issei then yelled. Welsh Dragon Balance Breaker. Issei then smashed the face of the party master's machine with ease, while John used his blade skills to deflect and strike the machine contraptions, making it lose balance and fall to the ground. The machine then started to get up and use the cake missiles, which were giant cake bombs, to attack the duo, but John easily sliced them in half, making them go either side. Issei saw this and went into illegal move Triana. Issei. Armor release. Change Star Sonic. Boost 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 boost. Issei. Welsh Draconic Rook. Change Solid Impact. The machine was damaged by the impact alone. John did not want to be left out and slashed the machine limbs with ease, rendering it immobile. Despite the damage, the machine was still operations. The party master then used bagel ropes to tie the duo up, making them struggle for a while. He then yelled. Party master. D. Issei. Sorry, but I don't plan on dying. Right, John? John. Yep, let's take him down. Issei used his armor release, loosening the bagel ropes, while John used his blade to slash them with ease. Issei then spoke. Issei. Welsh Blaster Bishop. Change Fang Blast. The shot propelled up and fired a greenish-red beam at the machine. While John has had enough, he used his blade, which glowed twice. He then spoke. John. Atomic Slash. John and Issei destroyed every trace of the machine as it exploded and was destroyed, revealing the same party master that had tormented John, then rushed from behind and stabbed it in the back, killing it instantly as it dropped dead when John removed his blue sword. John. Well, that's done, now let's help the others. Issei. Right. Issei and John noticed the partygoers plus struggle, shocking the rest of the group. They then noticed Issei and John and the slain party master behind them. They knew that the partygoers plus only remained They took each and every single one of them down when they were distracted. Naofumi used Wrath Shield and Iron Maiden to destroy them. Ingvild used Water Dragon Barrage. Summer used Petal Dance and Petal Blizzard to slaughter them without even detecting. The partygoers noticed that she was pissed, no beyond pissed, and finally Crimson Wanderer along with Rex slashed or clawed them respectively, killing all 20 of them. That was when a door showed up, revealing the way out. Ingvild noticed this and called, "Ingvild. Issei, I see the way out. Issei. Alright, let's get out of here." Everyone nodded and they moved ahead the soul air. They were determined to rescue Ruby at all costs. They walked across a dark hallway where they saw that they were in a sort of enclosed edifice with architecture resembling that of a hotel. A large courtyard-like area is present in the center of the level, surrounded on all sides by numerous small square-shaped windows on each wall. Most windows in here are obscured by curtains, however, certain windows were visible on occasion. Greg. That is level 188, that is where the window entity is considered dangerous. Issei. I wonder who we will face here, be on guard. The others nodded. Issei assumed that the one they will face should be similar to the beast of level 5, which they had killed just like the partyist, now partymaster. He then saw a giant octopus monster at the center of the courtyard in the level. Greg. There is no mistaking it, that is the beast of level 5, we need to take him down if we need to proceed. Summer. It seems to be horribly mutated given the images we saw. Ingvild. Yeah. Rex. Scary. Jerry. Hush will you, there is a way to beat this thing right guys. Issei. He is right, we need to aim for the head if there is anything like what he was back then. John. This does bring back some memories, now let's take this thing down. Issei. Yeah. Issei and the others head to the center of the wall. Issei goes into legal move Triana and enters into his rook form. While the others activate their abilities to fight against them, Crimson Wanderer enters into his attack form to join his allies in taking the beast down. The Crimson Wanderer immediately used his weapon in throwing the blade, destroying the 2 tentacles, making it scrum in pain because of the damage. Issei then summoned Ascalon, which was used to slice of the next 2 tentacles. John did the same, leaving only 4 left. Naofumi defended the group from any of the attacks that had been thrown by the beast. Ingvild joined the assault in using water dragons, destroying the beast's body as well as one of the tentacles, leaving the beast defenseless. Summer then charged, and the beast looked in horror as she used her crescent light, destroying the head of the beast with ease, killing it instantly. Summer. This is for traumatizing my daughter, you bastard. After which the beast fell, and a light suddenly showed up and they looked at it. The next thing they know that they were in the next area. They noticed that they were in the endless cloud area. It was a light cloud area, where they saw that it was daytime despite being beyond midnight. Drake then spoke. Drake. This is level 998, also called Zenith. Right now we are on the safer side, just be careful and stay on guard. L. I still remember this level, from one of the Wanderers. The darker side can bring exclusive entities, like the Animation King and the Game Master for some reason. Issei. My guess is, since the last 2 bosses were the Partyist and the Beast of level 5, my guess is this is where we will be facing Raynare. John. I am surprised that you spoke her name normally. Issei. Yeah, I have gotten over her, you gotta move on at some point, and besides I have found someone way better than her. Ingvild blushed on this, that was when they heard someone speak, they got on guard when they heard her voice, since Issei, Naofumi, Rex, John and Ingvild recognized her voice. Raynare. Oh, I am saddened you moved on so easily, such a shame, I wanted to mentally torment you. Issei. Speak of the devil, hello Raynare, I see you have gotten a wardrobe change. Her clothing was far more dignified, and she now wore leather boots, a much dignified clothing unlike her stripped clothing she wore back then, and had multiple wings both angelic and fallen with her. She was radiating a blackish aura, signifying her dark nature, along with a dark halo on her head. She also had the same black shoulder pads that she did back then. Issei and John noticed her design to be a sort of a fallen god or something like that. Raynare. Yep, do you like it? I am pretty sure of that given you are a pervert. Issei. Looks good, but not my type, besides I already have someone in my life, speaking of which where are the rest of the gang? Raynare. Oh them. Raynare then put her hand in her chest, after which she then spoke. Raynare. They are inside of me Ice, I took their souls, and I enjoyed their screams when I siphoned their souls. The redacted watcher gave me and several of the enemies you faced and will face later power, and this will be your end. Issei. So you betrayed them as well, the depth of your deceit knows no bounds, Raynare, but you are in my way, and I will strike you down, just like twice before. John. And we will help you Issei, she reminds me of Carden, but way worse, let's end this. Naofumi. I can see her and mine getting along, although it would not last for long. Ingvild. I will not let you hurt my Ice anymore, you have done enough damage already, and this will be your end. The others agreed, they will strike down the treacherous fallen angel at all costs. Raynare fired a barrage of multiple spears at the group, which the gang easily destroyed. Issei then charged at her, with the intent of destroying her for good, however he was sent flying which Naumi caught him. Raynare? Do you think it would be easy? Issei. I know, but you are not the only one that has gotten stronger, no more holding back, summon. Dragon release. The boosted gear transformed into its 2.0 version, after which a dragon was released into the fray. Raynare once again felt fear as this was the Welsh dragon that had caused many to fear it. Drake then spoke. Drake. Hello Crow, it is not a pleasure to meet you. Raynare. How are you out? Drake. Me. You can thank your ex-boyfriend for that, you will pay for whatever you have done, consider me your executioner. Issei then began the chant for Cardinal Crimson promotion. Issei. I, who is about to awaken, am the Red Dragon Emperor who has discarded the principles of domination. I shall walk the road of righteousness by having infinite hopes and dreams. I shall become the king of Crimson Dragon, and I promise you all. I shall show you the future which shines in true crimson light. Issei entered into a new state altogether. This was the same form that was able to go toe-to-toe with the Dark Metro. The others also decided to join in, with John entering into his mechanical armor, and the others activating their weapons. The Crimson Wanderer then spoke. Crimson Wanderer. I have met many people, but you are one of a kind, Raynare. Never I have seen someone so deceptive, so treacherous in nature. You have no honor, no loyalty, no grace, nothing, and I will strike you down, since you have become too dangerous to be kept alive. Issei. Alright everyone, let's kick this treacherous crow down a peg. Everyone? Yeah. Issei then used his speed form, which he had trained heavily on. This was the same mode that was fast enough to blitz through many people with ease. Issei then went into his rook form and slammed the fallen, breaking her barrier. He then lifted her up by the legs and slammed her on the clouds, breaking her frontal body. Issei then used his speed form, which he had trained heavily on. This was the same mode that was fast enough to blitz through many people with ease. Issei then went into his rook form and slammed the fallen, breaking her barrier. He then lifted H. Raynare responded with multiple spears, however all of them were slashed by John. John responded with his own attack, which involved him slashing multiple times, creating aura shockwaves, sending the staggering Raynare flying. Naumi added the pressure by using Iron Maiden, crushing her body completely, after which Ingvild drowned her in an endless pool of water. The water force was strong enough to rip the skin of the fallen and break some of her wings. Raynare. Aya. Raynare screamed in pain as her full body was getting torn and ripped apart to shreds by the constant attacks. Summer and the Crimson Wanderer joined in as well, as Summer used her scythe to chop off 2 more wings with ease, making her scream in pain once again. The Crimson Wanderer. Now this is a special attack that was usually meant for phobic centipedes and partygoers, but I will make an exception for you. Void Strike. The Crimson Wanderer charged his attack, and a black scythe cutter was shown which destroyed her ability to defend herself. This alone made her fear, as the group was thrashing her endlessly. She tried to run, but Issei grabbed her and spoke. Issei. There is no escape. Raynare. Mercy please. Issei. Unfortunately, you have made your choice long ago. Boost 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 boost. Fang Blast Booster. Crimson Blaster. Issei then fired a reddish-black beam into her. Drake also assisted them in using his Welsh Dragon Flare to burn the fallen. He does not like traitors at all, especially fallen like her. Raynare screamed in pain. In the aftermath, she was nothing but a charged body. All her wings were either destroyed or charred. Issei got out of his armor when he looked at his ex-girlfriend in disgust. Other also had a similar reaction. That was when Raynare started to explode, which was surprising at first. Then they realized that she deserved this after every action she had done. She deserved this. Raynare had been finally killed for good. The souls had finally been released, along with Cowrainer, Donasik and Mitlet. They all spoke. Cowrainer. Thank you for saving us from her. Mitlet. I am glad that our treacherous former friend is dead. Donasik. I could not agree any more, she got what she fucking deserved. Cowrainer. And we would like to apologize for what we did. The trio of fallen souls had bowed in apologize. Issei responded. Issei. Just rest, you 3 have suffered enough, hope you be better next time. John. Issei is correct, we may have our difference, but nobody deserved what had happened to you 3. I could only imagine the horrors she did to you 3. The trio nodded. They then finally flew into the afterlife. Raynare's body was no longer present. She, along with her soul, had been destroyed for good, after which Issei took Drake inside for recharging, after which the clouds opened up to reveal a futuristic city. They knew that is where they will face the glitched goddess Angela. Issei and his group jumped into the area after Raynare was gone for good. They then saw the city was a barren post-apocalyptic dystopia where they see massive advanced technological buildings and several billboards depicting an entity known as the Supremes, which seemed to be the local inhabitants of this level. Issei and his group jumped into the area after Raynare was gone for good. They then saw the city was a barren post-apocalyptic dystopia where they see massive advanced technological buildings and several billboards depicting an entity known as T. Greg. Welcome to the futuristic city of level 1026, also known as the best city in the world. It is advised that you do not go out of the boundaries for your own safety. Issei. Drake, what happened to you? Greg. I just repeated what I said in the data. Anyways, this level, even though it is safe, Angela must be nearby. Stay on guard. Crimson Wanderer. It has been a while I have met her. I wonder how she looks after her fist death. John. Whatever it is, she must be more powerful or either more glitched out or more terrible in nature. Dhadis correct my victims. The glitched voice was too familiar. There was Angela. She looked just the same like she did when they faced her in level 9, but this time, the glitches were more often. They got on guard, given the entities here are next to nothing, so this time they can focus on her only. Crimson Wanderer. Hello Angela, how is death treating you? Crimson Wanderer. Hello Angela, how is death treating you? Angela gritted her teeth. She hated this group more than anything else, since she was now a slave to the Watcher just like the other 6 that are present. Not that she was not against it, she wanted more power, so that she could get rid of this group once and for all. Angela. Phi Northeast, IW Asda AD Thankest to Thias group, and D I will finali havi my vengeance. Crimson Wanderer. You will die trying, just like last time. Issei and everyone got into their battle stances. Summer was surprised that they had managed to slay the glitched goddess, the same entity that was responsible for so many deaths. They decided to stop her once and for all. The Crimson Wanderer entered into his true form, since they had to reach as soon as possible, in order to save Ruby. Issei entered into his Cardinal Crimson form, while John entered his suit. Summer activated a crescent light, as well as her semblance. Ingvild used her water dragons. She also started singing, which boosted Issei and Drake's power. Issei summoned Drake, who was all the more eager to destroy the stupid entity once and for all. Angela used her strongest glitched attack and tried to use the city's machines to her advantage, evading attacks from the group. She immediately struck Ingvild since she was boosting Issei's power. However, Naumi blocked her attack. Much to her anger, Issei attacked her once again and she ran into the billboard, evading the attack. Issei. We need to destroy those billboards, else she will keep dodging our attacks and will strike us when exhausted. John. Leave that to me. John then blitzed through the entire area and destroyed every single billboard and TV screen, given that she was able to use them as portals for her escape. He then said, John. Technoblade barrage. Angela. No, Thias can't be. Issei. It's over Angela, everyone, we need to take her out just like last time, she does not seem to be stronger, let's do this. Angela. Yo you, Wisconsin LL never win. Angela used her strongest attack, but Naumi responded quicker than before. Shield prison. A shield prison was formed around the glitched goddess, making her scream in pain. Issei and everyone charged their strongest attack at her, making her feel the pain she had felt when they faced her back in level 9. John used some techno slashes at her, making her squirm in pain. The Crimson Wanderer unleashed his signature move Dark Void, which was a black hole that siphoned her entire body into a singular point. Issei used Fang Blast Booster, Ingvild used Sea Serpent of the End, Summer used Petal Blizzard, and Naumi used Shield Prison, sealing her fate. She screamed in glitches as her body was completely getting disintegrated. She then spoke. Angela. Not aga in, ho w cal d, I lasi to you. The Crimson Wanderer. It is because you brought this on yourself, now rest Angela, it is time for you to let it go. Angela. Issei, I understand, my aldi enemy. Angela closed her glitchy eyes, accepting her fate. She knew that they would defeat the Watcher once and for all. They then saw a door to a dark forest open up. Everyone minus the Crimson Wanderer knew that they would be facing the Dark Metro and the Dark Priest, and this would be the toughest battle they have faced so far. The Crimson Wanderer returned to his normal form, while Issei dispelled his armor, and John did the same. Everyone relaxed for a while before they entered the next area to face the boss. Drake went inside the gear, since they would be facing the Dark Metro soon, and he need to recharge his strength. Scene change. Time skip brought to you by Chibi Azazel smacking Chibi redacted Watcher with a massive mallet. Solaire, level redacted, 12:30 p.m. Issei and the others walked inside the door, where they noticed the forest is quite dark. Heinz then spoke up from the communicator that he gave the group before they entered the portal. Issei and the others walked inside the door, where they noticed the forest is quite dark. Heinz then spoke up from the communicator that he gave the group before they entered the portal. Heinz. Finally the connection is set up, where are you guys? Issei. We are fine, the Soul Air is taking us a trip down the memory lane, where we faced our old enemies. Heinz. What happened? Issei went through every single detail that has happened to him and his group, with the others agreeing to it. So far, they have been safe and sound. Him killing the glitched goddess did surprise them, but considering they had the Crimson Wanderer's help, they were safe, and now only one enemy remains, the Dark Metro. Heinz. Alright guys, best of luck, make it out alive. Issei. Yup, we will. Summer. Tell Sonya this, we will make it out alive and we will save Ruby at all costs. Heinz. Heh, I will leave this to me. Heinz then terminated the connection while Issei walked through the dark forest. Drake then informed them. Drake. That is the forest of level 376, which is a vast forest populated by evergreens. According to wanderers who have traveled to this level, the forest remains in perpetual darkness. They then saw the two entities that they have been looking for. The Dark Metro and the Dark Priest. The Dark Metro and the Dark Priest. Issei recognized them and got on his guard. It was the two that had nearly killed Naofumi for their stupid sacrifice. The Dark Metro and the Dark Priest then commanded the group as everyone decided to join in on the fight. The Crimson Wanderer Wa. Issei recognized them and got on his guard. It was the two that had nearly killed Naofumi for their stupid sacrifice. The Dark Metro and the Dark Priest then commanded the group as everyone decided to join in on the fight. The Crimson Wanderer was able to halt the Dark Metro with relative ease, while Issei in his Cardinal Crimson armor was able to deal some severe damage to it. Issei summoned Drag as he burned the Dark Metro with relative ease, singeing it completely. It was starting to regenerate when Ingvild sang her song and used her sacred gear. This gave a massive power boost to the duo as their power started to become even more deadlier. Drag's fire increased to the point where it started to burn even more strongly, reaching the soul the Dark Metro. It started to burn the soul as well, resulting in the Dark Metro having no soul left. Its body was completely destroyed as the soul was. Meanwhile with the Dark Priest, his shadows were no match for the combined assault of Naofumi, John, Rex and Summer as the four ganged up on the Dark Priest as they brutally tormented him. His no-clipping skills were no match since both John and Summer outsped him by a huge margin. The Dark Priest tried to dodge but the blue light from John's sword disoriented him. He was cut into pieces as his soul was destroyed by Naofumi's Soul Eater shield. He will never be coming back. They then notice a door where they see that that's where they will move to the next area. They walk past the door where end up in another room. They see multiple recordings. They then put in a record player next to it. This was the voice of the redacted watcher. However, he was not speaking now. It seemed to be the past, a time from long ago. Recording number 1. The redacted watcher. This is it. Yes, my project is done. Father would be so proud of me. Recording end. Recording number 2. The redacted watcher. What, you want me to make hounds and skin stealers dangerous? I can do that. Recording end. Recording number 3. The redacted watcher. No, I will not do this. I disapprove. I will not let this dimension be your place where you store those who defy you. I will not let you hurt Azazel or Lucifer. Then you shall join them, my son. You love this dimension, right? You will stay here for all eternity. The redacted watcher. No, father, don't. Recording end. The third recording shocked everyone but mostly Issei. He then spoke. Issei. The redacted watcher knew who Azazel was, meaning that he is a seraph or was a seraph before his father, who I presume God turned on him. John. That is new, even for me. I now dread what is in the other recordings. Issei. Only one way to find out. The Crimson Wanderer. I now feel a little pity for him. Let's continue. The others nod. They decide to know more about what happened to him. Recording number 4. The redacted watcher. I can still get out of here. I just need to find a way. Father may have abandoned me just like he did to them, but I will find a way out of here. Recording end. Recording number 5. The redacted watcher. I don't know whatever I am doing. I hope this does not. The redacted watcher seemed to be rummaging through his items, but unable to find any. The redacted watcher. No, 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 I can't give up, not like this. I will get out of here, my father, and then. Recording end. The recording ended abruptly, shocking everyone. After that they could only play the next one. Recording number 6. The redacted watcher. I see how it is. You claim to be better than Lucifer or Azazel, but in reality you are as bad if not as worse as them. You think that they are your biggest enemy, then you are wrong, cause there is someone who hates you more than those two combined. The day I get out of here, I will come for you. You better get ready, you hypocritical liar. The redacted watcher starts laughing, which ends in static after that. Recording end. Issei and the others were taken aback. The redacted watcher hated the God of the Bible, just like Lucifer did. He wanted him to suffer. They realized that he was once a kind-hearted seraph that wanted to do good, but God said no. Drake was furious as the redacted watcher had a similar fate to him, but knew that he needed to stop since he has completely lost his sanity. As for the others, those that hated the watcher were having sympathy for him. Issei. So what now? Summer. I want to pummel him, but I do not know anymore. For now our priority is to rescue Ruby and get out of here. John. True, let's save her and get out of here. Issei. Yep, that's the door. The watcher is waiting for us. Let's show him who is the boss. Everyone. Yeah. Scene break. Chapter 29. Defeating a god and going home, season finale. Issei was shocked the recordings showed meant that he was once a good angel, or in his case a good seraph before God decided to cast him out of the heaven. He trapped him into this dimension where he started to lose his sanity, after which he became someone worse than Satan, or at least that's what these recordings show. He then asked the group, Issei. So what now? What should we do? Greg. We have to stop him. If he unleashes everything onto the real world, there will be nothing but chaos and destruction. Sure, he would be weaker than many of the beings in my world, but it would be a matter of when he surpasses them. My data tells that he becomes stronger every time a person commits a sin in this dimension or comes to level redacted, so it is only a matter of time before he becomes strong enough to even destroy Great Red and Office, and we must stop him before he could achieve that kind of power. John. So he is like some kind of person who uses sin to increase his power, like some sort of sponge with endless capacity. This is anything but good, we must stop him. I could not agree with Drake anymore. Summer. My only concern is my daughter, we need to rescue her. As for the redacted watcher, I could not agree anymore, we must stop him. Ingvild. Correct, I could not agree anymore. The watcher, whatever he was, is long gone. The backrooms have drained his sanity to the point where he cannot be called a fallen angel, let alone a seraph. I think the recording abruptly ended as he was trying to stop the sanity drain, that coupled with God's abandonment finally broke him, and this corrupted him. Crimson Wanderer. Lady Ingvild is correct, whatever he was is long gone, now only the watcher remains. Bell. Agreed, we must stop him, and we will stop him, only you can stop him, Issei. Naumi. I totally think so too. We have reached this far because of you, become stronger because of you, became a team because of you, and you must lead us to victory. Issei. Who said I was stopping now? I will never abandon a teammate no matter the cost. Now let's go and take down this god. Everyone. Yeah. Rex. Rip and tear. Issei. Indeed Rex, rip and tear it is, but before that we need to have neon water. Who knows what the watcher has planned for us when we finally face him. Summer. I agree, since this was the water that we got from level 3999, it should not be controlled by the watcher. They all drank 2 bottles of neon water minus Rex, Bell and Drake. Since Rex was fed almond water, while Bell and Drake had their neon water via Issei when he transferred it inside the boosted gear. They then saw a majestic-looking door once they were on the move, noticing that this was the room to the redacted watcher. They approached it, which opened on its own. The door opened, revealing a dark corridor where they saw 2 glass balls. One of them had Dr. Charles and the other had Ruby. Both seemed to be unconscious. Summer. Ruby. Summer dashed to her daughter, tears were present in her eyes. She did not respond. Summer. Wake up, Ruby, what happened to you? Please wake up. She will not wake up, as long as I am here, she will not wake up, both of them will not wake up, at least for a while. Issei. This voice is that of the watcher. The watcher attacked Summer, pushing the distraught mother back to the group. He revealed himself to be a man in his 30s. He looked awfully lot like Azazel, with the same body type and the same golden bangs on his black hair. He did look like a clone version of Azazel. Everyone understood this to be the former looks of the redacted watcher, or he was playing tricks on them, just like he loved to torment the people that used to come here, both of them. Issei then asked, Issei. You're not Azazel, are you? The redacted watcher. You presume correct, I am not like my idiot perverted twin brother, Azazel, although it has been a while since I heard that name. My name is Azrael, a former seraph of heaven, and the redacted watcher. It is a pleasure to meet you. Hi to Issei. Issei. You can still stop this even now, let me and Ruby go. Azrael nodded his finger and responded, Azrael. No can do, you are my guests who have stepped in my dimension will not leave until they have had proper arrangements, and this is my dimension, you may have entered, but there is no way you will leave from here. Summer. Let my daughter go, you bastard. Summer got a response by a severe punch to the stomach. It broke through her aura and sent her flying. She was caught by Naumi. She felt the pain as she wheezed in pain. Azrael then responded. Azrael, you are in my home, and it would be nice to show some respect. Summer rose. Issei. You bastard, take him down. Issei's voice was loud and clear. He will pay for what he did to Ruby and Summer. John was the first to charge at him. He used his blade to strike him, but Azrael easily grabbed his blade with ease. Azrael. Nice knife. Did your mommy give it to you? John. I don't have a mommy. Azazel. Well, too bad. Azrael then threw John upwards. He then kicked him a distance where he tumbled across the ground with ease. John crashed a nearby dome and tumbled down, knocking him out. Azrael. Cause nobody is coming for your funeral. Azrael then threw multiple light spears at the boy, but Issei and Naumi came to defend him. Issei used dragon shots, while Naumi used his shield. John woke up and they 3 came together to fight against him. Welsh Dragon Balance Breaker. Issei entered his Balance Breaker form and the trio charged at him, using their attacks. Azrael used his wings to defend himself and used his aura to send them flying, pushing them away. He then spoke. Azrael. You see this? This power comes from every single soul that is unfortunate enough to enter this level, and anyone that sins in this dimension, as long as you are here, you are in my domain, or my dimension, you will never win or get out of here, as long as I am here. Issei. Hey, there is nothing wrong in trying, do it Summer, Crimson Wanderer. Summer. Understood. Summer and the Crimson Wanderer charged at them, however Summer was sent flying with a simple wing attack, while the Crimson Wanderer was actually putting up a fight. He used his weapon to damage the Watcher, however Azrael was too strong, he then grabbed the weapon and kicked it away, he then slammed the Crimson Wanderer to the ground. And constantly punched him, constantly breaking his armor. The armor broke, revealing the Wanderer, true appearance distracting him. Ingvild used this opportunity to use her Sea Serpent of the End ability, pushing and dousing Azrael's wings, preventing him from flying, however Issei saw a grin. Issei. Ingvild, get out of there. It was too late however, Azrael dashed towards the Leviathan princess and slammed her to the ground, he then grabbed her by the hair and choked her, with the intent on killing her. She looked in pure horror, as she felt the life was going to get squeezed out of her. It was too late however, Azrael dashed towards the Leviathan princess and slammed her to the ground, he then grabbed her by the hair and choked her, with the intent on killing her. She looked in pure horror, as she felt the life was going to get Issei. Let her go you bastard. Issei dashed and punched him square in the face, sending him the distance. He then rushed to Ingvild and checked her condition. Issei. Hey, are you alright? Ingvild took a deep breath and spoke. Ingvild. I live. Summer tried to charge at him, however he grabbed her scythe and threw at her distance, much to her horror. He then created a light spear and stabbed her in the gut. She looked in horror as she fell limp on the ground, unconscious. John rushed to Summer and tried to heal her. Little by little she was recovering. Naumi also helped by using fast heal on her, while the Crimson Wanderer distracted him, while the process, his armor still damaged by the Watcher's brutal assault. Issei then began the chant of Cardinal Crimson promotion. Issei. I, who is about to awaken, am the Red Dragon Emperor who has discarded the principles of domination. I shall walk the road of righteousness by having infinite hopes and dreams. I shall become the king of Crimson Dragon, and I promise you all. I shall show you the future which shines in true crimson light. Cardinal Crimson promotion. Breg then responded from the boosted gear. Breg. Mode change. Queen. Issei's armor started to glow a heavenly red in color. He then looked as his team was recovering. He gritted his teeth in anger. He will make the redacted Watcher was going to pay. As for the Watcher, he started to push the Crimson Wanderer who used Void Strike to defend himself. He wanted to avoid using his true form, since this would drive him insane. Issei joined him and used his Rook form to slam the former Seraph. However Azrael was stronger than he expected. He used a light spear barrage at the duo, however Issei deflected most of them, while Crimson Wanderer used his Dark Void ability to drain the light spears of the attack. Meanwhile Summer was healed up, she used her Petal Blizzard attack to push back the Watcher. Distracted, she used her scythe to slice off the Watcher, slicing the torso of the Watcher. Summer. This is for my daughter. Azrael used his light spears to attack Summer once again, however Naumi defended her using multiple airstrike shields to defend himself and Summer, Issei, then stabbed him in the back using Ascalon, shocking the former Seraph. He used a light spear to respond, however a water dragon courtesy of Ingvild Leviathan, she was panting, as the fallen was drenched once again. Issei used his Ascalon to stab him once again, and this time the wound was severe. John and Naumi used their attacks, as well. Naumi used Shield Prison to stall the Watcher, while John used his sword to constantly slash the Watcher and destroy both the Shield Prison and severely, wounding the Watcher. Azrael. Ah. Azrael screamed in pain as his body was being cut and stabbed. He then fired multiple light spears, which were aimed at John. John spoke. John. Oh shit. John took a direct hit and was grazed by several of those spears. Issei came to his aid and fired a crimson blast at those spears, destroying it with ease. John. Thanks. Issei. Not a problem, now let's take him down. Issei and everyone charged at the redacted Watcher, who was now starting to struggle at the combined assault. He tried to use multiple light spears, but none of them were starting to hit. He managed to send John and Summer away like flies, however this did not stop Issei from attacking him, who slammed into him viciously, breaking several of his bones with ease. He staggered behind as he fell to his knees. Issei then decided to end this. Boost 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 boost. Fang Blast Booster. Crimson Blaster. A huge red and green beam was fired into the redacted watcher, who was easily evaporated as the attack completely destroyed him with ease. Even the Seraph could not handle the full power of the Red Dragon Emperor. After that a massive smoke screen was seen. Issei. Did we get him? When the dust settled the redacted watcher was not present at all. The attack was completely able to disintegrate him. Issei. We did it. John. He is dead, gone for good. Everyone else cheered the redacted watcher. Azrael was dead. They then rushed to the glass cells, where Ruby and Dr. Charles were unconscious. Summer. Ruby, wake up. Ruby opened her eyes. She then spoke. Ruby. Mom, where am I? Summer and John immediately hugged Ruby. They were happy that she was alright. Dr. Charles also had woken up. He then spoke. Dr. Charles. Where am I? I remember the watcher attacking me and I was here. Who are you guys? Issei and the others then introduced themselves to him as well as told him about the hounds, as well as the situation now he is in. Dr. Charles then spoke. Dr. Charles. Only the chosen one can kill the watcher, and I think that man is you, young Issei. Now let's get out of here. I miss the people back home. It's been years since I have been trapped here. I wonder if they still remember me. This place is unstable as it is. Let's get out of here. Issei. Yeah, we can finally go home now. Everyone else agreed. That was when Drake spoke. Drake. Everyone watch out. It was too late. They were hit by a massive attack, knocking the whole group by a massive attack. Once the attack settled in, it revealed everyone on the floor unconscious. The attacker was revealed to be none other than the redacted watcher, now in his true form, as he looked down upon his former attackers. The attacker was revealed to be none other than the redacted watcher, now in his true form, as he looked down upon his former attackers. Azrael. You are fools. You let your guard down, but know this, I will never let you leave. I will never let you rest. Azrael laughed maniacally as the group remained unconscious. Issei woke up, being the only one less damaged. He looked around in the group, as everyone was heavily damaged and unconscious from the attack. Both Summer and Ruby's clothes were destroyed, including their capes which were disintegrated. Nafumi's full armor was broken, John's shield was flickering, his sword was partially broken. Even Ruby and Summer's weapons were partially destroyed, but still usable. Ingvild's clothes were tattered and destroyed, there were multiple wounds on her. Dr. Charles had his specs broken and he was on the ground bleeding. Rex's dull body was in tatters as well. Jerry was on the ground, several of his feathers were next to him, plucked from his body. The Crimson Wanderer himself was on his knees protecting the others. He had his armor partially broken and destroyed, revealing his true form slightly. Issei gritted his teeth in pure anger. Never had he been this angry in his life. He then spoke. Issei. You know all this while, I thought maybe, just maybe you will change, but now I will make sure you suffer. I am the only one remaining, and I am more than enough for you, and I will strike you down. Redacted watcher ready guys. Drake and Bell responded from the boosted gear. Drake. You bet, nobody hurts a dragon's lover. Show him the power of the Red Dragon Emperor, the one who stole the principle of domination from gods itself. Bell. I am with you as well, Ice, fulfill your destiny, show him why you have survived so far, show him your full strength cause we are with you till the bitter end. Issei. Right, let's do this. Crimson Wanderer, can I ask you to look after them? Issei points at the unconscious group. The Crimson Wanderer responds. The Crimson Wanderer. I will, sir. Issei, I give you my word, their lives are under my protection. Defeat him once and for all. Complete your prophecy and defeat this entity. Issei nodded, he then glared at the redacted watcher. He was ready for round 2. He entered into his Cardinal Crimson once again. He then said summon. Dragon release. Skeleton Queen release. Issei released both Bell and Drake into the battlefield. The boosted gear transformed into its 2.0 version, which meant it made Issei's Cardinal Crimson promotion much stronger. They trio then got ready for the fight of their life. It's been a while since I have breathed fresh air. Drake. Let's make it worth it, take this guy down once and for all. Belle grinned with her skeletal face. She responded. Belle. You read my mind, say how do we defeat him? Drake. If I am correct we need to find the core of this guy. He should be weakened. Given that we have taken down one of the cores which was his avatar form, we should be able to win this. Azrael. I won't let you. Azrael fired another attack into the group, Issei, and the trio easily evaded the attack, while the Crimson Wanderer easily defended them with all of the strength he possessed. He knew that Issei is the only one that can take Azrael down once and for all, and he believed in him to take the Watcher down. Drake then fired the flames on the Watcher who was hurt by them, revealing the core. Drake. Partner, that's the core, now is your chance. Damage the core. Issei. Understood. Issei fired a crimson blaster into the core. It started to damage the core, hurting the Watcher. The Watcher started to reform. His face seemed to morph to that of agony and pain. He then angrily roared. Azrael. You will pay for thought. Azrael fired a blast into the group which damaged Drake, sending him a distance. Issei. Drake. I am fine, partner, this is nothing. Albion's attacks are stronger than his, we can take him down. Azrael. That's not gonna happen no matter what. Azrael once again fired into the trio which they dodged. Once again they continued fighting for a while as the others started to get up one by one. Scene change with the Crimson Wanderer. The Crimson Wanderer was guarding the group while at the same time trying not to lose his sanity because of his true form's reveal, which was easy given that most of his armor was still intact. That was when he heard something. Ruby. Ugh mom, John, Ingvild, what happened? Crimson Wanderer. They are unconscious Lady Ruby. Ruby. I see, what happened and where is Issei? Crimson Wanderer. There. The Crimson Wanderer points to Bell, Drake and Issei fighting against the Crimson Wanderer, which surprised Ruby. Everyone else also started getting up one by one, seeing the fight. John. Is that Issei? Naumi. That's him, and the ones next to him are Drake and Bell. They are fighting together as one against Azrael. Ingvild. Is there anything we can do to help them? Summer. We can only watch, none of us are in a condition, the fight depleted most of my aura and stamina, I want to help them, but we are stuck here. Rex. Me hate this. Jerry. I know pal, but we can only watch. John. Despite this we need to believe in them, if anyone can defeat the redacted watcher it is him. Dr. Charles. You are right young John, we can only hope, that's what we can do, Issei is the chosen one, the one that will truly defeat and free the redacted watcher of his curse. The others nod, they agree to watch the fight. Ingvild in particular was worried, but John assured her that he would be fine. They have been fine so far, and they will survive this and go home. But Issei, Bell and Drake started to fight against the watcher. Meanwhile as he was starting to lose focus, one of his core has already been destroyed, and the second one is partially damaged. The third one is also on the verge of being damaged. If this goes on for any longer, it would be game over for him. Azrael will not let that happen, his goal was to kill God for abandoning him, and he will achieve that no matter what it takes. Drake fired his strongest flame attack on the watcher which started to hurt him. Bell also used her graveyard ability which summoned multiple skeletons, which were much stronger because of her and Issei's combined power. They started to gang up on the watcher. Drake fired his strongest flame attack on the watcher which started to hurt him. Bell also used her graveyard ability which summoned multiple skeletons, which were much stronger because of her and Issei's combined power. They started to gang up. The skeletons were able to put up a fight as they started to destroy the outer body of the watcher. Bell also slammed into the watcher with her giant body damaging him immensely. Drake used Welsh Dragon Flare ability to burn the watcher, which exposed the core once again. Drake. Partner, it's now or never, destroy the core and end its life for good. Issei. Roger. Issei summoned Ascalon and used boost, which he transferred to his sword. It glowed a heavenly orange as he then held it backwards and charged at the core itself. Issei summoned Ascalon and used boost, which he transferred to his sword. It glowed a heavenly orange as he then held it backwards and charged at the core itself. Issei then constantly slashed at the core of the redacted watcher, which made him squirm in pain. He continued his slash till they were bite-sized pieces. The others cheered in the background as Issei was destroying the watcher's core. Scene change. Meanwhile with the others, they all watched intently as the fight progresses. They then saw Issei, and the trio managed to break through the redacted watcher. Dr. Charles spoke. Dr. Charles. Kid, Issei. Everyone minus Dr. Charles. Do it. They saw as Issei slashed through the watcher's core and kept slashing. Scene change. Meanwhile with Issei. Issei continued his slashes before making the final slash, destroying his second core completely. The watcher then spoke in a spiritual form. Azrael. I see it now, this is the power of trust, something I haven't known since a long time. Issei, hi, do I have one last request? I ask this since I am finally being freed. Issei. Why should I listen to you? You have caused so much pain to others including my friends. Azrael. Please let no one know of my truth, it is best I stay forgotten, my name was long erased by my father, it is best I stay dead and forgotten. Tell me something, how are things back home? Issei. God is long dead just like the four Satans. The three factions have built an alliance based on trust, with even the yokai joining them as of now. Azrael. I see, honestly I would be happy, and I am happy not because God is dead but because the world is a better place. Looks like my time has come. Goodbye, hi to Issei, and thank you for freeing me. Azrael then disappeared into nothingness as the core was no more. The battle was finally over. Issei dispelled his armor, and Drake and Bell went inside the gear. He fell as Ingvild caught him. Issei then spoke. Issei. Hey, Haim, is it over? Ingvild nodded in happiness. The battle was finally over, now they can go home. Ingvild then flew down with Issei in her arms as everyone started to congratulate Issei on his victory. He then got up where the others were happy that they can now finally get out of here in one piece. That is when they heard a voice. John, is that you? John? That voice, grandfather. The voice was revealed to be a man in his 40s with a blonde beard and hair. He seemed to be a well-built man for his age, given that he was a grandfather. John then spoke with tears. John. Oh grandfather, I have missed you so much. Where were you? You died and how did you end up in the backrooms? Hush, it's alright, my soul had gotten here, somehow dragged my soul, and ever since I have been trapped here, and everyone, my name is Galen Ark, and I am John's grandfather. Issei and the rest of the group greeted him, and they got along really well. Galen then asked, Galen. So how is your dream of becoming the hero going? John. It was going well, until Will, my partner, betrayed me. Galen. How? Galen's voice changed to worry. John then explained everything to his grandfather when he was a child. He wanted to be a hero like him, but was not allowed by his own parents. They saw him as a means to move ahead with their name. Most of sisters bullied him for his weakness, minus Saffron and her wife Tara, which did not surprise many people given that LGBTQ couples existed in their home worlds as well. Most of his abilities were self-taught, and it did not help the fact that his own family minus Saffron and Tara and his grandparents used to prevent him from achieving his goals. After that he stole the family's heirloom, the Cressera Moors, and left his home, forged documents, given that the boy never went to combat school or trained him in fighting. Despite this he still managed to get through initiation, despite several others failing to do so, even with experienced combat training. Failed to get in, that's where he met Ruby for the very first time, and she along with a few others were his only true friends. Everything was going well for him, until the partner he had trusted betrayed him. She hated what he had done and abandoned him without a second thought. After that his bully Cardin Winchester used his transcripts and made him do many things. However, after saving him from the Ursa, he exposed his transcripts, and with Pura, his former partner, helping that man, they both ruined his lives. Everyone in Beacon had turned on him, minus the ones he mentioned. After that they beat and tortured him to near death, and one of them was Yang herself. She and Ruby's team tormented and beat him to near death. After that his parents got word and disowned him, but then they tried to do something which completely shocked him. Galen was already pissed at what had happened to his grandson after his death. Nicholas always kept him away with the excuse of protecting him, but now he only cared about the family name. Even the Crimson Wanderer was equally angry. His partner had no honor or empathy. Same went for that bully. Galen then spoke. Galen. What else did he do? Galen's voice was loud and clear. He was angry, no furious, at his son's actions. John then continued that his father tried to seal his aura and semblance. He always saw his son as a weakling and only cared about the Ark name. Galen was now even more livid at what his son had done. Galen. If I were alive I would have given that boy a trashing of his life. Sealing away someone's aura is like taking their life away, John. You may have gotten into Beacon the wrong way, but I do not blame you or am mad at you. In fact I am happy you chased after your dream. You passed the initiation with flying colors and even became a leader, which not a lot of people have achieved. You are more of an Ark than my stupid son. He is no Ark in my books, because an Ark always puts others over themselves first, which you proved when you saved that ungrateful wretch. Despite his actions I hereby annul your disownment henceforth. You shall once again be called John Ark, the true heir of the Ark family. Galen's words sounded like a king to his knight. Even Issei and the others look at the man in respect. John then responded. John. Thank you for honoring me, grandfather. Galen. Now enough of this formalities. Introduce me to the rest of your real friends. John. Sure, grandfather. John then introduced the group, who all introduced them one by one. Galen was happy that John had such powerful friends that would stay by his side no matter what happens. He was happy to meet the legendary Summer Rose, as well as the Crimson Wanderer. Summer then spoke. Summer. I would like to apologize for my daughter's behavior towards your grandson. Galen responded. Galen. Please do not apologize, Ms. Rose. You tried to raise her the best, but you can still change her. Summer. That I will, Mr. Ark, you can count on it. I will discipline her and make her into a better person. Summer made a smile, while Issei and his group minus Crimson Wanderer backed away. They still remembered the incident back at level 6.1, where they angered her. Galen then asked. Galen. John, may I see your weapon? John. Sure, Grandpa. John showed him his weapon, and he was amazed by the design. He always wanted to see the Cressera Moors, but this is much better. He then spoke. Galen. Although I would prefer the yellow color, the design is nevertheless amazing. No, it is out of the world. It is amazing in my book. What name have you chosen for this bad boy? John. Blue Lux Moors. Galen. Amazing name too. I like the design and name. Anyways, I need to go. I don't think this place will hold on for much longer, and my soul cannot stay like this forever. John. But Grandpa. Galen kept his hand on John's mouth. Galen. Hush, son, I may have gone from this world, but I will always be in your heart. Reclaim your throne from that sister of yours. You are the true Ark heir, and remember, an Ark. John. Always keeps his promise. Galen and John chuckled. After that John said. John. I will, Grandpa, you can rest now. Galen. Oh, and Ruby, take care of my boy. I am counting on you. Ruby blushed and stammered. She responded. Ruby. Oh, I will, you can count on me. Galen nodded and smiled. He then dissipated into his soul form. After that the soul air started to crumble and fall apart. Issei then said. Issei. We need to get out of here. Greg. Issei, release me into the world, leave this to me. Issei. Okay, summon. Dragon release. Drag was released onto the real world, he then roared. Drag. Everyone climb upon me, let's get out of this place. Everyone nodded, and they climbed on the Welsh dragon. They then flew through the Watcher's room, entering those recreations of the levels starting with level 376. As the trees and the rocks were falling onto them, Drag skillfully dodged those falling debris, while the others destroyed the debris that attacked the side and back of Drag. After which they entered the futuristic city of level 1026 where the billboards and the glass buildings were falling into them. Once again they were able to dodge and destroy them with ease. They then entered the clouds of level 998, which surprisingly had no debris falling on them, and they rested for a while. They then entered the courtyard of level 188, which was completely in ruin as the buildings were falling onto them. They moved past them skillfully, and Drake burned any of the buildings aimed at them. Issei destroyed any of those window entities that tried to lure them to any other location. And finally they entered the weird level Fun Plus, where they saw that everything was destroyed, which did brought a smile to John's face. They then destroyed those pesky party items that were coming due to the level falling apart into pieces. Drake then spoke. Drake. Hold on everyone, I am increasing the speed to maximum, this place will not hold forever. Everyone understood, and they all flew at maximum speed through the portal. They then entered at lightning speeds, which Drake managed to somehow slow down before he could hit any arcade machine. They once again entered level 3999, where they were greeted by Heinz, Sonia, Jax, Johnny and Roman. Issei. Perfect landing. Heinz finally embraced his old friend Dr. Charles. After meeting him for so long, Sonia and Summer did the same as she thought she would lose her. Sonia then released her and spoke to Ruby. Sonia. Ruby, are you alright? Ruby. I am fine Sonia, so where are the others? Johnny. They have been successfully evacuated to level 11, although we may not be able to use the level 3999 exits for a while, since they have been broken by the Watcher. Speaking of which, where is he? Dr. Charles. He is gone, he will never be coming back, he is dead. Jax. I am glad this happened. Now before you guys freak out, there is another way we can get out and it's by the promised land. All we have to do is play the game American or European Truck Simulator for a while, and we will be there. Issei. Thank God, anyway so let's get started. They then head to the promised land by playing American Truck Simulator. Naofumi once again does it, and they all are teleported to the promised land. Scene change. Time skip brought to you by Chibi Summer slapping Chibi Yang on her butt with a fly swatter. The promised land, 3 a.m. Everyone heads to the promised land and they head to the bedroom section. Many were surprised by the existence of party poopers, but are nevertheless happy that they are still alive. They all then go to sleep since they were exhausted. They all then go to sleep in the bedrooms. The next day, the promised land, 10 p.m. Issei and Ingvild were sleeping together. It was the best sleep they had, especially after they fought against some old foes, as well as the redacted Watcher. They then woke up and were smiling with each other. Their journey was finally over. Ingvild then spoke. Ingvild. Good morning, honey. Issei. Good morning to you too, babe. Ingvild. So we finally get to go home, right? Issei. Yeah, I can't wait to meet my parents and friends. I wonder how my school would react, especially I have been missing for a month. Homework still scares me. Issei was flinching by the amount of homework he would receive, while Ingvild chuckled on Issei's pity. She then spoke. Ingvild. Let it go, besides the others might be waiting for us. I think even they must have been tired. Let's get ready and leave. Issei. Yup, let's go, they must have been waiting. Ingvild nodded and kissed him on the cheek. They along with Rex who was with them, got ready and left the room, after which they then entered the restaurant where they saw only Summer had woken up. She then said. Summer. Morning Ice, Ingvild. Issei. Morning Summer, where are the others? Summer. They would be coming soon. I still cannot believe that we are finally going home. I can finally meet my family, after so long. It's been 12 years since I have seen them. Issei. I miss my family too. Oh, there they are. It revealed to be John and Ruby, along with Naofumi and Jerry. They then spoke. John. Morning guys, how was your sleep? Issei. It was amazing, so ready to go home. Ruby. Yep, I would first go to your world, Ruby. John. Me too, I honestly don't feel like going to Remnant. Naofumi. I hope Raftalia and Philo are alright, I just want them safe. Issei. So where is Heinz, Sonia, Johnny, the Crimson Wanderer and Jax? Sonia. We are right here, Issei. Issei and his group looked at them with a smile. Without their help they would have never beaten the Watcher. Now they were ready to leave. They packed some almond water and some items from the backrooms they might need. Time skip brought to you by Chibi. Issei eating his cookies in secret while Chibi Ruby watches from above. Issei. So this is the exit, huh? Sonia. Yup, once you leave there will be a diversion which will take you to your worlds, since you guys come from different worlds. Johnny. I will miss you, kid. Say hi to the folks back in your world for me. Heinz. And John, remember the promise we made, but I know you will be fine. John. I will. Heinz. Ruby. You are staying back. Jerry, Roman. Jerry. Indeed Master Ruby, I have my followers waiting for me. Roman. And as for me kid, Remnant hated my guts, so if I come back I will be a target, besides this place is much better, and my job is much better than before, now I use my skills to help others. Ruby. I will miss you Jerry. Jerry. I will miss you too, Master Ruby, out of all the people I have been tamed by, you were the best. Hines. Oh and before you go, I wanted you to give this a bird that can be used for scouting missions. Hines. Oh and before you go, I wanted you to give this a bird that can be used for scouting missions. Hines then brought out a mechanical bird that was a purplish blue in color, it was robotic in nature, and had a glowing blue eye. Ruby. Wow this is amazing, thank you Hines. Hines. Not a problem kiddo. Sonia. I will miss you Summer. Sonia immediately hugged her friend, Summer responded with her own hug, she then responded, Summer. I will miss you too, hope we meet again. Sonia. Yeah. Summer and Sonia split up. The Crimson Wanderer then approached Issei and spoke. Crimson Wanderer. It was an honor to fight by your side, Sir Issei, I hope we meet again in the near future. Issei. Yeah, it was an honor too, so Rex you coming with me? Rex. Yep I am in. Rex climbed on Issei's shoulder, Belle had already agreed in coming home beforehand itself when they were discussing during breakfast. Jax. Take care of yourself kid, same goes for you Dreg. Dreg. Yep, and thanks for everything you guys have done for us. Issei. Yeah. Roman. Oh and before you go, if you do find Neo, give her this. Roman gives John a record player with a disc, Roman then continues. Roman. Tell her that I am alive and well, if you do find a way back here, take her with you, until then look after her and protect her from my former employer. John. Who is this former employer? Roman. Her name is Cinderful be careful of her, she is dangerous, and please show her this tape and look after her. John. I will Roman, you can count on it. Roman nods, after which Johnny speaks. Johnny. If you ever do come back, MEG is always open for you guys. Issei. Heh, thanks Johnny. Johnny and Issei shake hands before they head to the exit where they reach a junction area. Naofumi then spoke. Naofumi. So this is goodbye, hug eyes. Issei. Yep for now, take care of Riftalia and Philo, and here I wanted you to give you something. Issei gives Naofumi a bottle of absolute pain, he then speaks. Issei. You know who you need to feed this to, right Naofumi? Naofumi. Oh yeah totally if she tries to do anything funny, I will give this to her. Issei, Summer, John, Rex and Ruby wave goodbye to the shield hero, who waves goodbye to them in return, Ruby then spoke. Ruby. I am going to miss him. Issei. We all will Ruby, we all will. John. So guys ready to head home? Summer. You don't need to ask me twice. Issei. Well let's move on to my world, are you guys ready? Everyone. Yeah. They all head to the Kuo, where they enter to see that they have come back to Kuo, they are finally home. Scene break. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown in left in series on right. Thank you for watching, if you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day bye.